Minster or across the film industry don't come out of anything, so or nothing. You know, in schools, what girls are telling us is that they feel afraid to put up their hands because they don't want attention on them, because getting attention on you means that you're subject to harassment. They're saying we don't actually want to choose subjects like physics or chemistry or maths because they'll be in classrooms with a lot of boys and we're really worried about what that looks like. So I think the impacts are actually very immediate, so it makes girls feel threatened, feel like they can't be themselves, and also feel under attack. But also they have long-lasting impacts in terms of the subjects and the careers they go on to do, how they relate to boys in their relationships or otherwise going forward, if they're going to accept violence in their relationship. And again, it impacts upon boys as well. Boys are being told they need to man up. They're being told that they shouldn't be like a girl. They're being told that girls are to be sexualised. So they're also absorbing all of this, and it affects their long-term kind of relationships as well.
So how do we combat it?
I mean, I think we really need to have a real focus. This survey today is, I think, a very big clarion call for the country to say we need to act now and we need to start preventing it. And how you do that is you resource schools, you resource teachers, you give them the space in the new relationship and sex education guidelines to really examine what gender inequality is, to really look at what healthy relationships, consensual relationships are, to look at the new environment that our girls and boys are growing up in, so the digital environment. What does pornography mean for these girls and boys? And to really take them on that journey. But we also can't just stop at schools. We as parents, as individuals in society, whenever we go, oh, isn't she a pretty little princess, or isn't he a wonderful soldier, we also need to think about the language we use with girls and boys, the language we talk to our daughters and sons with. And also I think that the government could also help parents access information more about how they can help their girls and boys in these environments, resist and push back against some of the stereotyping that's happening that then also becomes harassment and can become violence in very serious cases.
This is part of the problem, isn't it? That, it's all well and good saying teachers need to do more, but if these attitudes are being ingrained in children at home, by the time they get to school at 4, 5, 6, it's what's going on at home that's turning them into these creatures, is it not?
So I think when we've seen other research, what you see is that, yes, the home is a really important influencer of what girls and boys and we all become, but your peer group is also a very important part of that, and as is the school institution, the place where you spend a long part of your day. So we do need to work with parents, we do need to work in the home and as a whole as a society, but girls and boys are in schools a lot of the part of the day. That's where their peer groups are, and they are two significant influences on the types of behaviours that they will take forward. And this survey also looks at the fact that teachers are seeing acts of sexual harassment or hearing sexism in school and not knowing what they can do about it and how to report it, or if they report it, whether it will be taken seriously. So there is a real resource and kind of investment to be made in how schools deal with sexual harassment, but we can't, I agree, just say it's up to schools. There is also a lot of work that we as individuals and parents and people who are engaged with children's lives have to take as well.
Kerry Smith, good to talk to you, thank you. Okay, you're watching Sky News. Coming up after the break, we'll be looking at all the schools.